in today's movie is Deadpool and Wolverine. Deadpool is offered a place in the Marvel Cinematic Universe by the Time Variance Authority, but instead recruits a variant of Wolverine to save his universe from extinction. Directed by Shawn Levy, writers credited for this movie is Reynolds, Rick Reese, and Paul Wernick. Stars also Ryan Reynolds, Hugh Jackman, and Emma Corrin. Some of the movie's pros, because this is going to be a spoilers review, but some of the pros I would say in the movie just right off the top would be the chemistry between Hugh Jackman, Ryan Reynolds, the action in the movie I thought was top tier, and the cameos, because the cameos lived up to the hype simply for me, because not only were they given a role to cameo in the movie, but they was also given multiple scenes. So each cameo that comes in a movie actually feels like a part of the story itself. They get multiple scenes in the movie, and they get multiple scenes where they actually given good dialogue to talk and to kind of, give their characters time to shine, which is something that many criticize a past Marvel movie in Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness, which is we saw a bunch of cameos, but they didn't get to shine. They actually got squashed pretty quick in the movie. So this movie does a good job of kind of correcting that. Some of the cons in the movie, I thought maybe if you wanted to be critical, you could say maybe the villain. The villain was very OP, and which means overpowered. And in overpowered, when you face a being that just, when you put a villain in a movie and you show off top that nobody should be able to compete with this villain, most of the time the way they get rid of the villain feels like a cop-out. And in this movie, it came down to kind of feeling like a bit of a cop-out. So I could see that being something that you can critique. Also, I thought that if you're not a comic book fan, you might want to say that another critique of the movie would be the actual plot, because it's very thin. It's not like an overcomplicated plot. It's pretty straightforward. So that would be a con. Another con for me personally was the fights between Deadpool and Wolverine. They was shot really well. The choreography in the action was very well done. The only problem is it didn't have much weight. I mean, Deadpool and Wolverine in the movies, their generation, their ability to regenerate is so OP, overpowered again, that there's no stakes in the fight. These two guys are fighting and they're healing within a second. So it doesn't matter how many times Deadpool or Wolverine gets hurt, it doesn't matter. So there's no weight to the fight. But the action was done very well. So that'll be my critique as far as the cons goes. Now, as far as the spoilers, like getting into the movie, some of my favorite parts of the movie, I mean, you get Deadpool catching up with Wolverine at the beginning of the movie. You get Deadpool fighting the Time Variant Authority at the beginning of the movie, doing an NSYNC song. I thought that was pretty funny. When he finally, when he's get told that he has to save his universe, he decides to go get a Wolverine to be his partner to help him, and he goes to all these different universes with different Wolverines. So you see a supposedly comic accurate Wolverine. I think he was like a lot smaller than the actual comic accurate Wolverine. But you see that Wolverine, you see Old Man Logan, you see Wolverine with the eye patch, you see Henry Cavill as Wolverine, which was very intriguing because he really looked the part. So those were some of the favorite parts for me going to that. Then you have the cameos. You got Chris Evans coming in as Johnny Storm. We're all sitting here thinking he's Captain America. They had me fooled because they show his arm and it's red, white, and blue. So you thinking, okay, they got Cap. They got him in as Cap. And then, they set it up perfectly. And then, no, it's not Cap, it's Johnny Storm. So that's because he played Johnny Storm when he was younger in the past Fantastic Four movies. So I thought that was pretty cool. And let me see, the other cameos, obviously, that was very good. Like I say, all the cameos really was good because they had more than one scene, even Johnny Storm. So you had Wesley Snipes come in as Blade, you had Channing Tatum as Gambit, you had Jennifer Gardner as Elektra from her Daredevil movies that she played in, and then the spinoff. The action was very well done. I like Wesley Snipes Wesley Snipes playing Blade, Gambit, Channing Tatum playing Gambit. They gave them guys both great action scenes. And then you had X-23. I forgot the actress name, forgive me. But she also played she had a couple good scenes, and they gave her some good action scenes. The villain of the movie, the first time you meet the main villain of the movie, her scene is very good. It's very well done. The dialogue between her and Deadpool have you laughing out loud. How Deadpool sets up Johnny Storm to where Johnny Storm gets taken out of the movie in a Mortal Kombat like finish. Right there, the way she does it, just by the snap of her finger, she kills him. Right there, okay, this villain is too powerful. Nobody can beat her. So how are they going to actually defeat her? So that you get to that part, that part's pretty well done. Then you have, let me see. I'm trying to think of. I want to think of all the good parts, because you also have when Wolverine teams up. Wolverine and Deadpool team up with. They team up with Wesley Snipes' Blade. They team up with Gambit. They team up with Elektra. After meeting the villain the first time, Wolverine and Deadpool, they then end up getting out of there alive, which most people don't get out alive, apparently, based off what the movie says. They either get killed right there, or they become her, a worker, slave for her. But they end up getting out of there, and when they get out of there, they end up meeting up with Blade, Gambit, and Elektra, and X-23. They tell them because the reason why they go back is because they're being told that they have to go back in order to get off that planet. So they team up with Blade, Elektra, Gambit, X-23. They tell them, hey, this is kind of like a bit of a suicide mission, but if you guys have to get out of here, then we'll help you. They go back, they fight the main villain. She ends up getting captured by Deadpool, because Deadpool puts Juggernaut's helmet on her, which is her only weakness, is to control her mind. So in the movie, the helmet being on top of her head just completely stops her from having any ability. Okay, so that's something they put in the movie to maybe defeat her. But right there, they don't. Wolverine says, hey, I don't want to, kill her. She's the twin of Professor Xavier. Let's show her mercy. That's what he would have did. Because they show her mercy, she decides to let them leave and go try to save Deadpool's planet. When they go through the portal to save Deadpool's planet, the scene that stuck out obviously is where Wolverine then puts on his mask. They end up fighting 100 different variants of Deadpool, which again, the action is shot very well, but there's really no stakes in it because all the Deadpools regenerate, they come back alive. The ending of the movie, again, like I said, the ending of the movie, again, getting rid of the main bad guy. Again, the main bad guy, she's OP. So how do they defeat her? They actually don't. She kind of defeats herself. She tries to destroy Deadpool's universe, and Wolverine and Deadpool, they grab a power cord that has dark matter and I want to say light matter. And between the two of them holding it, it somehow overpowers her doing it on another end, and she end up exploding, and that's how they get rid of her. So yeah, once again, they get rid of the overpowered bad guy because of basically a lack of strategy. So if you don't like stuff like that, you will probably not like the ending. Me personally, I thought it was leading up to that part, leading up to the scene, the way they shot it. With Wolverine and Deadpool kind of coming together, it was pretty cool. But getting rid of the bad guy again, I thought they could have came up with a better way. So for me, it was a little lackluster, but for other people, it might not be. Overall, I give the movie an 8.5 out of 10. Like I said, if you're a comic book lover, it's going to be an 8.5 to 9 out of 10. I would think most people would be in that range. If you're not a comic book person, I could easily see you being 7, 7.5, just because the plot is not the overarching type plot where it takes a lot of strategy. It's really very thin. So that'll be my review of Deadpool and Wolverine. It was a good movie. I had a good experience. I'm looking forward to what's coming next in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Looking at the box office for Deadpool and Wolverine, obviously, if you follow the box office, this movie is doing extremely well. At the time of me making the video, it's already over, within 10 days, it's already over $830 million, already profitable. If I were to guess, this movie is going to end up doing $1.2 to $1.6 billion. So that's going to make it one of the top 15 movies of all time, grossing worldwide. It's going to end its theatrical run well over, or close, I would say well over 500 million just in the United States and Canada, and then worldwide it's going to do another 700 to 900 million. So it's Marvel's. This was what Marvel needed. Marvel needed a big movie after the Marvels crashed and burned. So Marvel got what they wanted in Deadpool and Wolverine. Like I said, looking forward to what's next. And this was my review of Deadpool versus Wolverine. You guys subscribe if you're not subscribed to the channel. And I look forward to seeing you guys again. This was my humble opinion.